Hi, Ms. Vilagati. Today we are graphing linear inequalities. Last time we did linear graphs. The difference here is that linear graphs have an equal sign in their equation. Then linear inequalities have an inequality sign. Then as we are plotting them on the xy plane, for linear graphs, all the lines are solid. Then for linear inequalities, it depends on the inequality sign. So we expect a dotted line for a greater than sign and a solid line for less or equal to. I'll explain this as we continue with our revision today. So I welcome you in the maths revision class. Okay, now let us start. Examples. Now we have example 1 says, shade the region indicated by the inequality y greater than 4x plus 3. So you can't just shade, but you have to first go and graph this. So to graph this, you have to write it as an equation. After that, write it as a mapping. Input values should be your chosen values of x because we are not given the inputs. So you choose your own values of x. Last time I told you when we were doing linear graphs that -1, 0, and 1 are the best. So you're going to have 4 times -1 plus 3, then 4 times 0 plus 3, then 4 times 1 plus 3. Then we add, or let me say we work out the the right hand side. So I'm sorry here, I was not supposed to put this equal sign. Sorry guys. Let me remove it. So we're going to say 4 times -1, the answer is -4. Then plus 3, the answer is going to be -1. I hope you remember guys that 4 times -1 is going to be -4 plus 3. Then you've got 4 of the negatives, then 3 of the positives. So this will cancel and you remain with 1 of the negative. I hope you remember that. Then 4 times 0 is 0 plus 3, it's a 3. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3, it's a 7. Now you have your ordered pairs. We are going to use these ordered pairs in plotting the graph. So it's -1, -1, which is the first one here with this -1. The second one is 0, 3, and the last one is 1, 7. Now let us go and plot this graph. So I want us to have the coordinates shown. Yes, are they there? No, you can't see them. Now you can see them. So let us plot them. -1, -1. So this is -1, -1. It lies here. The other one is this one, which is 0, 3. 0 is here, then 3 lies here. This is 0, 3. Then lastly it's 1, 7, our 1, then 7 lies here. Now before you draw this line, before you connect this point with a straight line, you go back to the inequality. Remember in my introduction I said that linear inequalities differ from linear graphs in that linear graphs, all linear graphs has just drawn, they are just shown by drawing a straight line, and this line should be solid. But when it is linear inequalities, it depends on the inequality sign. So this one is greater than. If we have greater than, it means that the values that lies on the line are not supposed to be included. So it means our graph should be a dotted graph. So this is the graph. This is the graph. It is a dotted graph. We name it using the equation. We are saying that the graph is dotted simply because values of y and values of x that are supposed to satisfy this inequality should not include the values that lie in the line, because it is having the inequality sign greater than. Then we're supposed to shade now. Then we can shade because we have the graph. You choose a point either this side of the line or this side of the line, and make sure that you choose small values. Myself, I'm going to choose 1, 1, this one. This is coordinate 1, 1. Doesn't lie on the line. So this is 1, 1. This is for x and this is for y. Then I type back my inequality, which is y greater than 4x plus 3. Where there is y, I substitute for y. Where there is x, I substitute for x. So I'll have 1 greater than, no. I'm not supposed to have this greater than, because I'm still trying to work out. I still have to find what exactly will happen. So I have 4 times 1 plus 3. So this is 1, this side. Here I've got 4 plus 3. Then this is 7, this is 1. So 7 is greater than 1. So it means the inequality that I'm going to use, the inequality sign I'm going to use there, it's 7 greater than 1. When you look at this inequality sign, it is not the same as the inequality sign that has been given. So it means that the region that I have chosen with this coordinate doesn't satisfy the given inequality, because it is less than instead of greater than. So it means that in my graph, this is the region I've chosen, and it simply says all values that are this side are less than y. Yet we want values that are going to be greater than y. So it means that I'm not going to shade this region, but I'll go for the other side of the line for the required region. So when we are shading, guys, we normally use straight lines that looks parallel to each other, and they should look neat. Your work must be neat, and they must be long enough to fit your axis. They shouldn't be so short. Now, having done that, you label your region. So this is the region y greater than 4x plus 3. It means that I've chosen this region, but only to find that it does not satisfy the indicated inequality. Maybe let me show you if I were to choose another say another coordinate that does not lie on the line, but that lies on this side of the line. So I'll choose 0, 5. This is the coordinate I'm choosing. I just want to show you that choosing any, this is 0, 5, choosing any coordinate that does not lie on the line will work. So let me show you. I've chosen 0, 5. That's what I did. So this is x, this is y. Then I bring back y greater than 4x plus 3. Where there is y, I plug in a 5. Where there is x, I plug in a 0. Then I add a 3. So I'll have 5 this side. Then 4 times 0 plus 3. Then 4 times 0 is a 0 plus 3 is a 3. Then 5. So 5 and 3, then 5 is greater. Then we can maintain the greater sign, inequality sign. So it means that this region, looking at what we have after working out using this coordinate, it satisfies the given inequality sign. So it means that if I had chosen this one instead of this one, then this was telling me that where I have chosen is the region that indicates the given inequality. Then I will go and shade that region. In other words, it simply says that you just choose one side of the line, choose a coordinate, choose the smaller coordinate, guys, so that it will be easy in your calculations. Then immediately you realize that it satisfies the region, you shade that region. But if the chosen region now doesn't satisfy the given inequality, then it means go and shade the other part of your graph. I think we're fine. Let's go to example 2. Yes, let's go to example 2 now. Example 2 now says, shade the region indicated by the inequality sign y less or equal to 3x minus 1. We do the same. We write this as an equation of a linear graph. Then we write it as a mapping minus 1. Our values of x, -1, 0, 1. Then 3 times -1 minus 1. 3 times 0 minus 1. 3 times 1 minus 1. Let us work this out. 3 times -1. Let us work it here. 3 times -1 minus 1. It will be -3 minus 1. So 1, 2, 3 negatives. Then we have another negative, which is -1. So this will give us -4 because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives. So it means we have -4 here. 3 times 0, it's a 0 minus 1, it's minus 1. 3 times 1, it's 1 minus 1, it's a 2. Then our ordered pairs are -1, -4. Number 2 is 0, -1. Then the last one is 1, 2. Then we go and we load that one. So it means that we're going to have, let me bring back the coordinates. It means we're going to have, it will be -1, -4, which is here. Then 0, -1, which lies here. The last one is going to be 1, 2. Here it is. Look at the inequality sign. It says less or equal to. Now our graph is going to be a solid graph because less or equal to means that we should include the values of, we should include the values that lies along the line. So that is why we're going to have a solid line. In other words, it means if we are plotting these linear inequalities, before you join your points, go and check the inequality because it is the one that is going to direct you onto what type of a line are you supposed to draw. Is it a solid line? I'm sorry, it should be an equal to here. Is it a solid line or it should be a dotted line? So here we have to name this as y is equal to 3x minus 1. As y is equal to 3x minus 1. Then we are supposed to shade. Let us choose the coordinate that lies outside the line. Again, I'm choosing 1, 1. I like 1, 1, 1, 1. It's not confusing at all when you want to use it. So, I've chosen the coordinate 1, 1. So this is x and this is y. I take back my inequality, less or equal to 3x minus 1. So where there is y, it's 1. Then 3 times 1 minus 1. 1 this side. 3 times 1 is 3. Minus 1 is a 2. So this is going to be 1 less than 2. So it means even this is less than 2. But then we maintain the inequality. It means the region that I have chosen satisfy the given inequality. So for that reason, I am going to shade this side. And I'm going to name this shaded region y less or equal to 3x minus 1. Done for the day. So, you know guys, I know in mathematics, you learn, you write. I've got this question for you where you're going to practice. It is so short, so simple. Can you try it, guys? It says, shade the regions indicated by the following inequalities. Shade the regions indicated by the following inequalities. A, y less than 2x plus 5. B, y greater or equal to 8 minus x. And B, use separate x's. In other words, each inequality should be shown under its own xy plane. Thank you guys for listening.